It's October 6, 2019. It's been pretty sunny here in Seattle, not as much rain. Let's start here with the ficus bonsai. You can see it's still sending out some new leaves. Down here we have the versal sizzle. You can see these faded flowers are falling off. And that's the last flower. The elephant food plant is looking good. The leaves are a little shrinky because I didn't water them. The tomato is looking very sad. You can see the powdery mildew has definitely done some damage. And here we have the California poppy and sweet alyssum. They're all looking good. Need water though. Hydrangea, rosemary, and lavender. A lot of growth. And then this rosemary over here, you can see a lot of flower buds forming all over the plant, and there's some flowers that has opened right there, and right here's a lot more flower buds. The peony, you can see it's definitely dying back. The leaves are turning red. Pineapple looks pretty much the same. I think the growth has slowed down. Yeah, because the season is changing. The succulent pot is looking good still. Very beautiful leaf colors. Down here we have the grape hyacinth. You can see it's just a lot of leaves, not seeing any flower like last week. The mulberry, you can see the leaves have started to turn yellow, so it's also dying back now. Over here is the dahlia. You can see some flower buds over here, and then there's two over there, and then a few more on this side. So it's still flowering. Down here we have the lily of the valley. You can see the fruits are now red, so I'm gonna harvest them today. And here's a few more fruits. Leaves are turning yellow, so yeah, it's also dying back. The blueberry, you can see the leaves are turning to a bright red. Over here we have the calla lily. The leaves are also turning yellow. Strawberries, I think that some of the leaves have started to turn red too. So yeah, a lot of plants are going dormant now. And here's this poor strawberry that's been attacked by slugs yet again. I always harvest them a little too late. And of course, the strawberries are still sending out lots of runners. Let's look at the green onion. You can see one of the plants has divided into two. So there's a total of 4 plants now. And the pot is still deformed by the bulb structure. This other blueberry, you can see the leaves are also turning red. Let's look at the hydrangea. You can see this flowers has opened, and it's very nice purple color. These flowers are from the other hydrangea plants. Raspberries are looking pretty much the same. You can see it's still sending out a lot of flowers. And here's more flowers. Not sure if they're going to get pollinated completely though. And here's still a bunch of fruits forming on the other stalk. You can see these ones are ready for harvest. Here we have the asparagus. You can see here's the leaves and the flowers. Some of the flowers have faded, but there's still some that's going to open soon. Over here we have the catnips. And the grape, you can see the leaves are definitely turning yellow. The succulents over here is actually doing really well. Rhubarb, you can see the growth has stopped. It's not sending out any more new leaves. The potato, you can see the new leaves are started to turn yellow. And down here you can see some of the purple potato poking out, like this one over here, and then the other one further back. The artichoke, it's looking good. Don't know if it's gonna die back though, but think from this top view I can see at least 3 new plants. For the indoor garden, the succulents over here, you can see the little baby plants are getting bigger, and this one over here is still hanging around. I think it's also getting bigger. At the other window, this guy over here, you can see the etiolation has stopped. For the orchids, let's look at the Venus slipper orchid. You can see the flower is still around, and this other one is still around too. I think the flower has started to turn a little yellow, but we'll see. And yeah, the new growth, you can see it's still getting bigger, like these ones. This mini snowflake orchid, you can see they're looking pretty much the same. Down here we have the mini Oncidiums. If you look closely, there's actually a flower spike forming on this one too. I don't know why I completely missed it. And the other mini Oncidium, you can see this flower spike has started to branch. And then the second flower spike, it's just getting longer. And this third one, it's still kind of hidden. Seems like it's the season for them to flower. The string of pearls looks pretty much the same. I'm not seeing any new growth. And here's a few more orchids. Just a lot of roots and leaf growth. The arrowhead plant is recovering after I trimmed it. The potted staghorn fern is still sending out a lot of antler fronds. And the phalaenopsis is looking good. You can see this leaf is still getting bigger. The Hoya plant is looking pretty much the same. You can see just a lot of leaves. For the spider plant, you can see another new flower stalk coming out. The pear plants, you can see that new growth is getting bigger. There's one leaf that has opened. And the dendrobium is looking really pretty as usual. And the spider plant in water is actually flowering. Here we have the English ivy, looks pretty much the same. And this orchid over here, you can see this new leaf is getting taller now. The Easter cactus is still sending out new leaves. Let's also look at the bird nest fern. Looks like it's doing really well. And also the wandering Jew, you can see the leaf and root growth is really healthy. And here's the prayer plant and another spider plant in water. Lastly, we have the staghorn fern. Let's take a closer look at the shield frond. You can see that beautiful brown color is spreading outward toward the edge of the shield frond. And on this other side, you can see the second shield frond is getting bigger too. It's expanding outward. At the center, you can see a new antler frond forming.